morning. Today we are going to see culture, media and methods. So first thing you want to know what is culture media. It is a liquid or solid substance that contains nutrition to support the growth and survival of microorganisms. Okay, what is culture media? That is a liquid or anything. It may be liquid or solid substance that contain nutrition to support the growth and survival of microorganisms. So what are the constituents of the culture media that we want to know? The constituents of water is an electrolyte that contains sodium chloride and peptone that contain the mixture of partially digested protein obtained from various sources. It may be from heart muscles and fibrin of soya and agar that is used for solidifying the culture media. The source is prepared from cell wall of civets and available commercially in powder form. And preparation, agar powder is dissolved in water and subjected to sterilization by autoclave. When the temperature of the molten agar comes down to 45 degrees Celsius, it is poured into the petri dish. And then they are allowed to settle down for 20 minutes. What is the purpose of agar means? That helps to solidify the media. Okay, the concentration for solid agar preparation, how much concentration using means 1 to 2%. For semi-solid agar, 0.5%. And for solid agar to inhibit protease swarming, 6% agar generally used. Okay, again the concentration varies. Okay, that is very important thing. The agar is a solidifying agent for culture media. For solid agar, the preparation is 2%, and for semi-solid agar, 0.5%, and for solid agar to inhibit protease swarming, 6% agar varies. Then meat extract, it is highly concentrated. Meat stock usually made from beef, and yeast extract, it is prepared from baker's yeast, and malt extract, it contains maltose. Blood and serum, that is an important component of enriched media, provide extra nutrition to the fastidious organisms. Blood, mainly the bacteria which needs 5 to 10% of sheep blood is used. Alternatively, horse and ox or human blood can also be used. Okay, that blood agar and is an enriched media. Coming to types of culture media, based on the consistency, the culture media are grouped into liquid media, semi-solid media, and solid media. And based on the growth deduction, culture media are further classified into conventional culture media and automated culture media. In conventional culture media, they are prepared from nutrients aqueous extract of meat peptone. It may be simple. What are all the media? The types of media: simple or basal media, enriched media, enrichment broth, selective media, differential media, transfer media, and anaerobic media. In automated culture media, it is mainly available for blood and other sterile body fluid cultures. So the types of culture media is based on the consistency and based on the growth deduction. So we are going to see one by one. The first I told, in conventional method, simple or basal media. It contains minimum ingredients that supports the growth of non-fastidious bacteria. So simple media, the name telling, it contains simple component. Okay, so it contains minimum ingredients that support the growth of non-fastidious bacteria. It may be what are all the constituents we are having in the simple media means peptone water that contain peptone 1% plus NaCl 0.5% plus water. Coming to nutrient broth, it contains peptone water plus meat extract. What is the additional thing here added in nutrient broth? It contains peptone water plus meat extract. Coming to nutrient agar, it having nutrient broth plus 2% agar. I already told you agar, agar that helps to solidify the culture media. Okay, for that purpose we are using agar. For solid media, we are using 2% agar. For semi-solid media, 0.5%. So here, nutrient agar is a solid media. So nutrient broth plus what is the agar content we are using? 2% agar. Coming to semi-solid media, the concentration of agar reduced to 0.2 to 0.5%. So the peptone water, which contain peptone 1% plus NaCl plus water, and nutrient broth that contain peptone water plus meat extract, and nutrient agar that contain nutrient broth. What and all the ingredients? Peptone, water, meat extract, additional to that agar. For solid media, 2% agar. And for semi-solid media, the concentration of agar reduced to 0.2 to 0.5%. So simultaneously, see the picture. The first picture showing the peptone water, which is shown in test tube. Okay, the first picture, peptone water shown in test tube. And see the second picture, it is a petri dish. What is a culture media here? Simple media, that is nutrient agar. Okay, in simple media, the all non-fastidious organisms grown in this basal media. For example, for simple and basal media is nutrient agar. And uses of basal media mainly used for testing the non-fastidious enough bacteria, and it serves as a base for the preparation of many other media. These are all the uses of basal media. Mainly, it helps for testing the non-fastidiousness of the bacteria, and it serves as a base for the preparation of many other media. So, nutrient broth that is used for steady the bacterial growth curve, and nutrient agar. What and all the use of nutrient agar means? It helps to performing the biochemical tests such as oxidase and catalase, and it helps to study the colony morphology of the bacteria, and few of the bacteria produces pigment. For that also, nutrient agar is very much useful. Okay, these are all the uses of basal media. Once again, I am telling the uses. Mainly helps for performing the biochemical tests such as oxidase and catalase, and to study the colony morphology of the bacteria, and to see the pigment production of microorganisms, pigment production bacteria. For example, Pseudomonas aeruginosa produce bluish green pigment that will be visually seen in nutrient agar plate. And coming to enriched media example, blood agar. So the basal media added with additional nutrients, that it may be blood, serum, or egg. The base is a basal media, it added with additional nutrition. Additional nutrients may be blood, serum, or egg. I already showed in previous slide itself. So in blood agar, we are using 5 to 10% of sheep blood. Alternative, we can use ox or human blood also. In addition to non-fastidious organism, supports the growth of fastidious nutritionally accepted bacteria. Okay, it mainly helps to grow the fastidious organisms. Okay, it having additional nutrition that is said to be enriched media. The nutritions may be blood, serum, or egg. So see the picture. I told you example for enriched media, that is blood agar. This is a picture shown in right. It is prepared by adding 5 to 10% of shea blood to the molten nutrient agar at 45 degrees Celsius. The testing the hemolytic properties of the bacteria, which may be either partial hemolysis, complete hemolysis. So alpha hemolysis shows partial hemolysis, and beta hemolysis, complete hemolysis, and gamma hemolysis, no hemolysis. And another example for enriched media, that is chocolate agar. How we are preparing chocolate agar? Heating blood agar prepared by adding 5 to 10% of shea blood to the molten nutrient agar at 70 degrees Celsius. More nutrients than blood agar. It supports certain highly fastidious bacteria. Example, Haemophilus influenza that does not grow on blood agar. See the picture. It is a chocolate agar shown in petri dish. Okay. So how we are preparing chocolate agar? Heating blood agar prepared by adding 5 to 10% of shea blood to the molten nutrient agar at 70 degrees Celsius. So low flush serum slope is also enriched media that contain serum used for isolations of Corynebacterium diphtheria, and blood culture media that is used for isolating microorganisms from blood, available as conventional or automated blood culture media. An enrichment broth, that is a liquid media added with inhibitory agent which selectively allows certain organisms to grow and inhibit others. The important for isolations of pathogen from clinical specimens which also contain normal flora such as stool and sputum specimen. Okay, enrichment media mainly used for isolations of pathogen from clinical specimens which also contain normal flora, example stools and sputum specimen. So example for enrichment media is tetrathionate broth that is used for Salmonella typhi, gram-negative broth used for Shigella, Selenium F broth used for the Shigella, and alkaline peptone water that is used for Vibrio cholerae. Next, selective media. Selective media, it is a solid media that containing inhibitory substance that inhibit the normal flora present in the specimen and allow the pathogen to grow. See here the name itself telling it is a selective. It is selective media. So it having inhibitory substance. The media itself having inhibitory substance. What it will do means it inhibit the normal flora present in the specimen and allow the pathogens to grow. So what are all the selective media? Here I showed the media is Lowenstein junction media that is mainly used for isolations of Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and thiosulfate citrate bile salt sucrose, that is TCBS, it is for Vibrio species, and DCA, that is deoxycholate citrate agar, it is used for Salmonella and Shigella from stool. XLD, that is xylose lysine deoxycholate agar, mainly for Salmonella and Shigella from stool, and potassium tellurate agar for Corynebacterium diphtheria. These are all the selective media. Selective media, it containing inhibitory substance, inhibit the normal flora present in the specimen and allow the pathogens to grow. Example, Lowenstein junction media, TCBS, DCA, XLD, and potassium tellurate agar. So this is a picture showing Lowenstein junction media, and the second picture is a TCBS. The Lowenstein junction media is mainly for Mycobacterium tuberculosis and TCBS for Vibrio cholerae. And DCA for Salmonella and Shigella, and XLD also for Salmonella and Shigella. The next is transport media that is used for transport of the clinical specimen suspected to contain delicate organisms or when delay is expected while transporting the specimen from the site of collection to the laboratory. So if any delay is occurring, so we want to transport the specimen in transport media. It is used for the transport of clinical specimen suspecting to contain delicate organisms or when delay is expected while transporting the specimen from the site of collections to the laboratory. The bacteria does not multiply in the transport media. They only remains viable in the transport media. So organism, so Neisseria, that is a delicate organism. What transport media we are using? Ames media and Stewart's media. And Vibrio cholerae, transport medium, Venkatrama Ramakrishna media and Kerry Blair medium. For Salmonella and Shigella, buffered glycerol saline and Kerry Blair medium. And coming to differential media, it shows difference. It differentiates between two groups of bacteria by using an indicator. Differential media means it shows difference between two different group of bacteria by using an indicator. Differential media, McConkey agar, it is a differential and low selective media used for the isolations of entry gram-negative bacilli. It differentiates the organisms into lactose fermentive and non-lactose fermenter. Lactose fermenter shows pink color colonies in McConkey agar. Example, Escherichia coli, and non-lactose fermenter shows colorless colony. That example, Shigella. Colorless or pale color colony. The composition is a peptone, lactose, agar, neutral red, that is an indicator, and taracolate. Okay, once again I am repeating, differential media, we are differentiating between the two groups of bacteria by using an indicator. Indicator is a neutral red we are using here. Example for differential medium is a McConkey agar. It shows the differential and low selective media that is used for the isolations of enteric gram-negative bacilli. The differentiates the organisms into lactose fermenter and non-lactose fermenter. Lactose fermenter shows pink color colonies. Example, Escherichia coli, and non-lactose fermenter shows colorless colony. Example, Shigella. And differential medium, another differential medium is CLAD agar, that is mainly used for urine sample. It is a cysteine lactone electrolyte deficient agar that is also capable of differentiating between lactose fermenter and non-lactose fermenter. It is used as an alternative to combinations of blood agar and McConkey agar for the process of urine sample. So this is a picture showing McConkey agar and blood agar. So see the picture, Petri plate contain McConkey agar. It is a pinkish red in color, and blood agar is a sky blue color. Coming to anaerobic culture media that contain reducing substance which takes up the oxygen and create the low reduction potential that permit the growth of obligate anaerobic such as Clostridium. It is mainly for anaerobic organisms. So anaerobic culture media, example for anaerobic culture media is Robertson cooked meat broth. So it contains a reducing substance which takes up oxygen and create low redox potential that permit the growth of obligate anaerobes such as Clostridium. Example, Robertson cooked meat broth. It contains chopped meat particle which provide the glucothea and unsaturated fatty acid. It is widely used and used for maintenance of the stock culture also. So it contains meat particles, mainly beef fat, which provide glutathione and unsaturated fatty acid. It is widely for anaerobic cultivation. The widely used culture media is Robertson's cooked meat broth. Another anaerobic medias are thioglycolate broth, anaerobic blood agar, brain heart infusion agar, neomycin blood agar, egg yolk agar, phenylethyl agar, and bacteria's bile excrete agar. Coming to blood culture media, it is recovery of bacteria from blood is different. They are usually present in lesser quantity and many of the blood pathogens are fastidious. Therefore, enriched media used for isolations of microorganisms from blood. Example for enriched media is blood agar and chocolate agar. I already told you. And available either as conventional or automated media. Conventional blood agar media is a monophasic media that contains brain heart infusion broth, and biphasic media that is a liquid phase which contains brain heart infusion broth, and a solid agar slope made up of brain heart infusion agar. See the picture, monophasic media, it contains only the liquid phase. So monophasic media having contain only liquid media, and biphasic here you can see the liquid phase which contain brain heart infusion broth and solid agar slope. This is solid agar slope. It is made up of brain heart infusion agar. So this is biphasic and this is a monophasic media. So the subcultures, what are all the disadvantage of the conventional media? Mainly the subcultures are made manually and perform less frequency once a day as it is a composite. So mainly in monophasic brain heart infusion broth, the disadvantages are the subcultures are made periodically for 1 week, higher risk of contamination due to opening of the cap of the bottle every time when subculturing or made. Coming to biphasic brain heart infusion broth, the subcultures made just by tilting the bottle so that the bottle runs over the agar slope. So here the contamination is less. Okay, we are not opening the bottle in biphasic brain heart infusion broth. So the subculture, how we are making the subculture means made just by tilting the bottle so that the broth runs over the agar slope. So lower risk of contamination will be there in biphasic brain heart infusion broth. So here we are not opening the cap of the bottle. So lower risk of contamination is there. In case of monophasic, higher risk of contamination is there. So the subculture made manually for periodically for 1 week. Coming to automated blood culture technique, it is continuous automated monitoring. The blood culture bottles periodically monitored for the microbial growth every 10 minutes by the instrument. The composition of trypticate soy broth and or brain heart infusion broth plus polymeric resin beads observed and neutralized the antimicrobial present in the blood specimen. The specimens used for cultures are used mainly in automated culture media technique. The specimens, what are all the specimens mainly used means blood, bone marrow, and sterile body fluids. It is more sensitive, high yield of positive culture from clinical specimen, and it is rapid. So rapid test at least to less time than conventional method and less labor intensive. It is fully automated. So these are all the advantage of automated blood culture technique. It is more sensitive. You can see the higher yield of positive culture from the clinical specimen, and rapid. We need less time than the conventional method and less labor intensive. It is fully automated. So this is a picture showing automated system, back color 3D. The principle is calorimetry detection of growth. When bacteria multiply, it produced CO2, increases the pH changes. The color of the blue-green sensor present at the bottom of the bottle to help. And back color, it is an advance from back color, has several advantages such as automatic loaded and unloaded of bottles. It having faster detection of growth and determine volume of blood present in the body. So BACTEC, the principle is fluorometric detections of growth, and it is used on oxygen sensitive fluorescent dyes present in the medium. And disadvantage of the automatic system, it is high cost of instrument and culture bottles, inability to observe the colony morphology as liquid media is used. These are all the disadvantage. So it is a high cost. The conventional method we can done by low cost itself. The automated method, so it is high cost of the instrument and culture bottles and inability to observe the colony morphology as liquid media is used. So next is culture methods. So what are all the methods? It involves inoculating the specimen onto the appropriate culture media, followed by incubating the culture plates in appropriate conditions. So we all know the bacteria for the growth of microorganism, it needs proper nutrition and proper temperature for their growth. So previously we saw many nutrition, the basal media, differential media, selective media, transport media and all. So now we are seeing the methods. So methods means culture methods means it involves inoculation the specimen on the appropriate culture media, following by the incubating the culture plates in appropriate temperature. So the selection of media for specimen, pus, wound swab, aspirate and tissue bites. We recommended what culture media means, blood agar and McConkey agar. Blood agar is a enriched media and McConkey agar is a differential media. And for specimens, sterile body fluids, blood agar plus McConkey agar plus chocolate agar. And for specimen blood culture, bottle, two methods are there, conventional and automated method. I already told you about this. And for urine, blood agar, McConkey agar, and clot agar. Clot agar is that can be used as an alternative. In McConkey and clot, the both are the differential media. We are seeing whether lactose fermenting or non-lactose fermenting. So this is differentiating two groups of bacteria. So it is named as differential media. What we are seeing in this means whether lactose fermenting or non-lactose fermenting. Lactose fermenting means you can see pink color colonies in the McConkey plate. If it is NLF, non-lactose fermenting means you can see pale color colony. Coming to stool specimen, recommended culture media is selenite broth plus McConkey agar plus DCA and XLD. That is mainly for Salmonella and Shigella. In selective media, I told you deoxycholate agar, that is for Shigella and Salmonella. And TCBS, that is also one of the selective media for Vibrio cholerae. And coming to a respiratory specimen, what and all the recommended culture media is blood agar, McConkey agar plus chocolate agar. So here for respiratory specimen, we are using enriched media. Blood agar and chocolate agar and all enriched media. So blood agar, how we are preparing? The base is a nutrient agar. We are pouring 5 to 10% of sheep blood agar. The alternative is you can use horse, ox and human blood also. A chocolate agar, base is here also the base is a nutrient agar. We are malting it 70 degrees Celsius. Same thing, we are using 5 to 10% of sheep blood agar at 70°C that turns to chocolate agar. So inoculation of the specimen, it is carried out by the bacteriological loops made up of platinum or nichrome wire. Okay, with the help of inoculation loop, we are inoculating the specimen. So it is carried out by bacteriological loops or inoculation loop, which is made up of platinum or nichrome wire. So the inoculation loop heated in the Bunsen flame, and it made cool, waiting for 10 seconds. Why we are using platinum and nichrome wire means it will cool the wire immediately. So how we are sterilizing? Directly we are showing the wire, nichrome or platinum wire in the flame till red heat. Like that we are sterilizing. So what is the purpose of using nichrome wire? Then it may cool very fast. Later, after eating, it cools very fast within 10 seconds. This carried out in the biological safety cabinet and wearing appropriate personal protective equipments. So every process should be carried out in the biological safety cabinet and wearing appropriate personal protective equipments. So this is a picture showing inoculation of specimen. So the first picture showing inoculation loop or bacteriological loop. So I told you till red heat you want to shown in the flame. That is the second picture showing that only. See, it's a Bunsen flame. How they are sterilizing the inoculation loop, showing directly into the fire till red heat. Coming to biosafety cabinet, it is an enclosed ventilator laboratory workstation. It protects the laboratory personnel while working. What is the use of this means? It protects the laboratory personnel while working. The air is blown into the cabin away from the worker and exhausted out through the ducts lined in HEPA filter. So this is a picture of biosafety cabinet. And inoculation method, two types are there. The method used for inoculating clinical specimens onto the culture media. The method used for inoculating colonies onto the various media for further process. The first culture method is streak method, streaking culture method. It is the most commonly inoculation method. It is used for isolation of specimen onto the solid media. It is used for obtaining individual isolated colonies from your mixed cultures of bacteria. So once again, I am telling that is a streak culture method is the most common inoculation method used for inoculation of the specimen onto the solid media, and it is used for obtaining individually isolated colonies from the mixed culture of bacteria. The streaking, the loop full of specimen smeared onto the solid media to form brown shape primary inoculum spread over the culture plate by streaking parallel lines to form the secondary inoculum, tertiary inoculum, and finally a feathery tail end should be there. See the picture that showing that only. The first is a loop full of specimen smeared onto the solid media, that is said to be mother inoculum also. See, I am highlighting this. This is a loop full of specimen smeared onto the solid media to form a round shape. And the second is a primary inoculum. The second sticking line is said to be primary inoculum, spreading over the culture plate by sticking parallel lines to form a secondary inoculum and tertiary, and finally it is a feathery tail end to get isolated colonies. So here, after mother inoculum or primary inoculum, loop sterilization should be done. Later, the secondary inoculum should be done. Later, loop sterilization should be done for getting isolated colonies. And for tertiary, inoculum should be done. Then loop sterilization. And finally, a feathery tail end should be. And one more method, that is an intermittent heating, what I told. For getting isolated colony, the loop is flamed and cooled in between the different set of streak to get the isolated colonies on the final streak. What I told before. See, it is a plate showing isolated colony. First is a mother inoculum and the primary inoculation, secondary inoculation, tertiary inoculation, and finally a feathery tail should be there with the isolated colonies. And liquid culture, that is used for cultures of specimen, blood or body fluid inoculated by directly adding the specimen into the liquid media or with the help of the syringe or peptide. The liquid culture media, it is a bacterial growth mainly detected by observing turbidity in the medium. Some aerobic bacteria forms superficial, some aerobic bacteria forms surface pelicillin. See the picture showing that only in liquid media, see the sediment, turbidity and surface pelicillin. And uses mainly for blood or body fluid culture, automated culture for mycobacteria, and for water analysis. Advantages, it is preferable for culture of specimen containing small quantity of bacteria and specimen containing antibiotics and other antibacterial substance get neutralization by dilutions in the medium and large yields of bacteria are required. So what are all the advantage of liquid culture medium? That contain a small quantity of bacteria and the specimen should contain antibiotics and other antibacterial substances that get neutralized by dilution in the media and large yields of bacteria are required. Disadvantage, it does not provide a pure culture from a mixed inoculum. No visible colony does not, previously I told you, no, in liquid media, we can't see the colonies. That is one disadvantage. And another culture method is lawn or carpet culture media, culture method. It is mainly to carry out the antimicrobial susceptibility test by this diffusion method. See the picture here, what media we are using means Muller-Hinton agar. For AST, we are using Muller-Hinton agar. It is uniform lawn of bacterial growth is obtained by either swabbing or flooding with the bacterial broth onto the culture plate. So that is said to be lawn culture. Uniform lawn of bacterial growth is obtained. How we are doing? By either swabbing with the help of sterile swab, by either swabbing or flooding with the bacterial broth onto the culture plate. And pour plate technique, it is seldom used for the quantify the bacterial load present in the specimen. Maybe specimen, maybe urine or blood. It is a serial dilutions of the specimen added onto the molten agar. After being cooled and solidified, the petri dish was incubated. The colony count is estimated. And stroke culture, it is carried out on the agar slope or slant by using streaking the straight wire in a zigzag fashion. This is a slant. It contains media. So how the streaking with the help of straight loop, streaking in a zigzag fashion. It is used for biochemical tests such as UDS test. So here in a test tube, we are showing this UDS. The media, it contains UDS. So how the stroke method is said to be zigzag fashion with the help of straight loop, doing zigzag fashion, that is said to be stroke method. And stab method, it is also mainly done in biochemical test. For example, mannitol metallurgy medium. How we are doing means made by stabbing the semi-solid agar, but by a straight wire. This is also with the help of straight loop. We are stabbing directly, straightly stabbing onto the agar, semi-solid agar bud. Mainly used for motility test using mannitol motility medium. So after that, you want to incubate the plates and test tube. That is very important. It needs proper temperature for growth. Microorganisms need proper temperature for the growth. The most pathogenic bacteria or aerobics of altitude anaerobics grow best at 37 degrees Celsius. Inoculate the culture plate, incubate at 37 degrees Celsius aerobically for overnight in an incubator. And bacteriological indicator, it is a device used to incubate the culture plate, biochemical test, and AST plates. It is an incubator, maintains the optimal temperature. Sometimes the incubators are specially designed to maintain other conditions and humidity and CO2. So this is a picture of incubator. So mainly used to incubate the culture plate, biochemical test, and AST plates. So it needs proper temperature for the growth. For that only using incubator, the temperature it contains 37 degrees Celsius. Other incubatory conditions for anaerobic candle jar is used. It is mainly for capnophilic bacteria. See the picture showing the jar contain candle. It is for mainly capnophilic bacteria, Brucella, Streptococcus, Pneumococcus, and Gonococcus. So the inoculated media placed inside a jar with a lighted candle. The burning candle reduces the oxygen to a point where the flame goes off. So the burning candles reduces the oxygen to a point where the flame goes off. It provides a temperature of appropriate 3 to 5% of CO2. It is mainly for capnophilic bacteria, example Brucella, Streptococcus, Pneumococcus, and Gonococcus. So other incubatory conditions for microaerophilic, Campylobacter and Helicobacter require 5% oxygen for their optimum growth. And for obligate anaerobes, anaerobic culture media are used. So I'm remembering anaerobic culture media, it is in Robertson cooked meat media. I told you previously, it is in Robertson cooked meat media. So obligate anaerobic bacteria grows only in the absence of oxygen. Anaerobic culture methods includes avocations and replacement, absorptions of oxygen by the chemical method, anaerobic glove box and anaerobic workstation should be there, and it reducing the agent and pre-reduced anaerobically sterilized. So these are all the culture medias and methods. So I will show you the blood agar plates. So in enriched media, we are seeing the hemolysis. I told you previously the culture smear in enriched media, seeing the hemolysis. So this is a picture showing hemolysis on blood agar. I told alpha hemolysis, beta hemolysis, and gamma hemolysis. Alpha means partial hemolysis, beta means complete hemolysis, and gamma means no hemolysis. So see the picture. This is a blood agar plate. Blood agar is example for enriched media. See the first here, it is an alpha hemolysis. You can see green color discoloration here. This is a partial hemolysis. And beta hemolysis, see, fully hemolyzed. And gamma hemolysis, no hemolysis. So these are all the culture medias and methods.